The main aspect of my work is the exploration of the personal and the collective unconscious through art. I work with the principles of dream analysis. My aim is to incorporate the ways of the unconscious into my art processes, to build up a world parallel to the unconscious. I believe that this artistic method mirrors the individuation process, meaning that we all want to become more individual and at the same time more generally human. I have found that I could learn a lot from Paul Klee's way of thinking and experiments on how to support this process visually, as he was always more concerned with formative powers than with finished forms, and moved between abstraction and figuration through an intense engagement with the tools of picture making, abstraction being not an end but the beginning. The easiest and most obvious way into the world of the unconscious leads through our dreams. Therefore, first I started to depict dreamscapes, but my works became visually overwhelming, so I had to take back some of the visual information. At the same time, I noticed that I'm more interested in what's behind all this. The logic and structure, the unknown process, the way the unconscious generates imagery. This created an analogy between the way dreams and my artworks are being built up. My figurative paintings have two types of characters, the humanoids and the fragmented figures. With the humanoids, I aim to bring the viewer a non-distant world of symbols. The transmission of some widely known Renaissance images was perfectly in line with my ideas, reinforced by the fact that the humanoid figures are remarkably similar to the Renaissance era's human portrayal, especially on Michelangelo's works. I was also influenced by Helena Almeida's photo series, always portraying the human figure in a faceless and amorphous form, drawing attention to the inner state and emotions of her characters. The fragmented figures are humanoids cut up in a way that the image becomes unintelligible, even though there is no physical loss, only displacement and transformation. Consequently, a metaphor has been created for the lost information caused by fragmentation. This loss is only visual, referring to the structure of dreams as they are being put together from disintegrated memories. Fragmentation led me to the so-called dream carpets. This is a set of works which really opened the path to abstraction for me. In the case of the dream carpets, I start to generate the linear work similarly to Klee's unintentional drawing method in the intermediate realm, as it allows the presence of both constructive and figurative elements, opposed to surrealism's automatism, which is a dictation of the unconscious. The intermediate realm is somewhere between the active and passive way. It is created by getting rid of vanishing points and dissolving the line between interior and exterior, top and bottom, making it possible to evolve imaginary landscapes. I developed Klee's method further. My figurative elements are not only slightly overlapping, but the layering is continued to an extent where the original figures and their connections are lost. Through the use of color with a function to divide or unite, a distinct landscape is created, overwriting the original, changing its meaning but still carrying it in the structure. During the course of transformation, a unique visual language is generated which has properties of its own. This creates an analogy to dreams, where the image generated by the unconscious is made up of imagery drawn from memories and past experiences, but having a new overall meaning. During the past couple of months, I questioned the validity of figurative painting in depicting the unconscious. So the question is, how can something non-tangible be best captured? Or can it be captured at all? An abstract artwork offers a different visual experience. It can leave more space to interact with the work as it doesn't depict a developed idea. With my latest works, I was experimenting with what the materiality of the given medium can do to a core idea, paying attention to form, line, color, texture, and light. Because of the absence of figurative elements, an abstract painting requires different ways of processing, relying more on our emotions, our imagination, and our creativity, the creativity of the beholder. Working with dreams persuaded me that an artist can be an intermediary between the archetypal world and the collective consciousness. In ancient times, dreams and visions were transferred into the collective consciousness through storytelling. I believe that painting can also function as storytelling, and I'm constantly looking for new ways of telling these stories, creating a connection between the real and unseen world.